I'm on my cushion and on my knee and still short.
Sorry. Hello, lovely people.
Hello.
I'm joined today by the absolutely fabulous Hannah Witton, who I'm sure most of you know, but if you do not, she is YouTuber extraordinaire. She talks about sex and relationships, and she's recently had a baby.
Yes, that is true. I know about sex. No, that's not the only way to make a baby, folks.
It's really not. I wish it was. There are other ways and they're really expensive. And I met your beautiful baby for the first time today.
And I met your beautiful toddler for the first time today.
An actual toddler.
An actual toddler.
An actual toddler.
Walking around, yeah.
Have a conversation with
Wild.
him, as long as it's about animals. Well, today we're going to be talking about parenting, work, babies.
All of that. I love talking about like the intersection of like parenting and work stuff, and especially because we kind of have similar jobs, being self-employed content creators, like running a business. There's like a lot of interesting stuff there that is different than if you had like a 9-to-5 and got like maternity leave or whatever.
What I find really interesting about you, Hannah, is that you are perhaps the most organised person I know.
I get this a lot.
I know, I've actually said this to you, I think, a number of times. The schedules.
Yeah.
The incredible ability to switch off.
Yeah. So sometimes, but yeah.
It's a weekend now. Bye.
I've lost that ability a bit since having Rowan, though.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I used to, like, at the beginning of like YouTube days, like, you know, chaotic in my young 20s, my early 20s. See, the baby brain is like real. But in my early 20s, it was kind of a bit all over the place, and I would just like work as and when. And then when I got a bit older and met my current partner, who like has a normal job, I was like, oh, I don't get to hang out with you if I'm having to work on the evenings and weekends. Yeah. That was like my motivation to start only doing my work within like a Monday to Friday 9-to-5.
A good reason.
Yeah. But now, since Rowan's been born, I'm like getting work done whilst he's in childcare part-time, but that's actually not enough time for me to get everything that I need to get done. So evenings after Dan's back home from work, or even sometimes on the weekends when Dan is around to parent. So yeah, it's kind of like gone backwards now, where I'm like actually working.
Yeah, but has it gone backwards, or is it just a new way of working?
Yeah, exactly. It's not gone backwards. We're just always like
there
this.
There we go. You're just having to learn new things all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So how much maternity leave did you take?
Yeah, did I give myself?
True. Did you give
3
yourself?
months.
That's pretty good. For a self-employed person.
Yeah, the reason why it was 3 months was because that was the longest amount of time that I'd seen another YouTuber do it.
Oh.
Yeah. So in my head, I'm like, okay, they took 3 months off. That means that's possible.
I'm allowed.
Yeah, it was like permission, but also like knowing that it was possible to like have an audience to come back to. I've never seen anyone like take a longer break than that, at least to my knowledge, like the people that I watch. It scares me. Because you took 6 weeks.
I took 8 weeks off posting.
Yeah.
But 7 weeks off doing things. So I was actually like then working in that last week with posting content. So I was a week ahead. But
yeah, it was around 3 months. I took like it was weird because there was like this 3-week period where I was technically on maternity leave, but videos were still going out until Rowan was born, because I didn't know when he was going to be born. But I was technically like not working, even though videos are still going live.
Yeah, I mean, planned C-section. We were at least like, there's
this
our
is the
date. The weird thing is though, people often in those comments and our wonderful followers will say like, it's fine guys, just take however much time you need.
Yeah.
It's perfectly okay. You know, we'd be still here if you took 6 months off. That's all right. But it's not just about that. It's not about necessarily like the amazing people that you are waiting for us and coming back. It's about the actual algorithm itself.
Yeah, there's that.
Then being like, oh, but you didn't put anything out for months. So I'm not gonna pay attention to this video you've just put out and give it to those people who were waiting.
Yeah, I felt reassured that I knew that my plan from coming back from maternity leave was like the birth video, and kind of like coming back and being like being a part-time working mum kind of thing. So I knew that my first videos back were gonna be like heavy hitters and like popular in the YouTube realm, right? But yeah, it's useful to kind of like think of it that way because it is also like, it's my job. The other reason for me why I couldn't really afford to take more than 3 months off though was because I was still paying for my studio like rental space and still paying my team members who were still like working for me and doing like lots of behind the scenes stuff whilst I was off. And during that time with like no other income other than like bit of YouTube AdSense trickling in from people watching older videos, my patrons, oh my goodness, thank you. And because you have your like Kellgren-Fozard club.
God bless you.
Yeah. Like if people were buying stuff through affiliate links that are like around, but that was not enough to cover all of my just like overheads. And so I just saw my business like bank account just go down, like and down and down
hidden
and down.
Part of YouTube channels that people don't see is the kind of like other people.
Which not everyone has.
Not everyone. Yeah. I have like Clara, who's editing this video right now. Hey Clara!
Hi Clara! Who's also had a baby.
Who just came back from her own maternity.
Yeah, his baby is similar age to Rowan.
Yes. But yeah, so that's the type of people as well. And there's not just the feeling that, oh, I need to make sure that they're getting paid, but also, I also have the feeling of like, I need to give them something to do.
Something interesting to do as well.
Yeah. Things need to have my face. I need to be producing some content to give to them. And it's a bit difficult when your whole business runs you.
You and your brand. Yes.
And your thing. Something that having Rupert really made me think about was, oh, I need to make this more sustainable as a brand that isn't just my face. Not that I know how to do that. I don't have an answer.
I've been having this battle with myself for years. Still haven't come up with any answers. I know that that's like golden.
The golden goose.
Of like, all I have to do is create a sustainable business that is a brand outside of myself as a personal brand.
So I don't have to do things every single day.
Like, how? I mean, one of the things that I've done is I'm having guest hosts for episodes of a series that I have called Pleasure Trove. So that's fun. Again, it's like people subscribe for your face, and so they're like, will they watch these videos that it's not me hosting? And then also like I'm paying them because, you know, they're doing work for me.
Yeah.
And so it's like, monetarily, does this make any sense? I think it's making like some really high quality videos for my channel because it's introducing new perspectives and voices to the channel. But in terms of like numbers and like if you were just looking at the data in terms of money and numbers, like it's probably not the most smart thing to do.
Yeah.
But it's still like, to me, I think it adds a lot of value that you can't quantify. Does that make sense?
And it might be a very long-term
That's the other thing. Yeah, exactly. Because it is actually starting to plant the seed of like, ooh, can we still have the same kind of like community ethos, brand values, but without it being my face?
Yeah, very much. Like we can come back to Hannah's channel in the future and really dive into this series and really enjoy it. Yeah.
Come on.
For me, one of the things is like outside of YouTube, thinking about and developing things off platform, children's book writing.
Yes. Yeah. I'm so keen for that for you.
Thanks. So that's in development.
Yeah. Watch this space.
Especially since I have a baby who is obsessed with books. Around my house, you may notice, this is the only room in my house, because my filming studio does not have his books in it, but literally every other room.
So basically you're going to have this like baby book empire. Children's books empire.
Yeah, children's book empire.
There you go. Done. Problem solved. We did it. We solved the problem of sustainability and longevity in our volatile careers as internet creators.
Go us! Speaking of longevity though.
Okay.
How do I anticipate as well, challenges changing as our baby grows? Because I remember back to the days when my little one slept peacefully in a Moses basket. I mean, as Rowan did. And I actually managed to like just have him asleep next to me and get things done. And then he got older and older and was asleep less.
Yeah, and needs more kind of like interaction and stuff.
Yeah, but having said that, he is currently having a 2-hour nap. So.
There you go. See, for me, I feel like, I hope the balance will get better because he'll be with his childminder more. So like at the moment he's there part-time and he does like half days. But the thing about a half day is a good chunk of the time that he's there I'm spent going to and from, picking him up and dropping him off. So the actual time that I have to work is a lot shorter. So as soon as like I feel I'm ready to do a full day away from him, because I think he would be fine. It's just more like, oh, then I have to like pump all day and like...
It's always you as a parent. It's never...
Yeah, it's like when I'm ready to be apart from him for a full day, then I think we're going to switch to like maybe he does 3 days a week at his childminders, and I hope that would mean that I get more stuff done.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing less outside of that, because that's the part that I really struggle with, is when I'm like having to think about work and be in work mode and like trying to reply to emails and doing stuff on my phone whilst he's feeding, or like half needing my attention. Like, that's really tricky. I find that really difficult.
I've been back at work since he was 8 weeks old, but obviously I work from home rather than having a workplace elsewhere. So I'm always here, and we've always very much had it that if Claudia needs anything, I do just drop work immediately, and I'll like step in, help out, whatever it is. If she's feeling overwhelmed,
hold him a second.
And I always did all the nappy changes. So while she was doing breastfeeding, I would do nappy changes, which was just a really nice way as well to make sure that kind of balance things up. And then that I was still really involved in his day, even though I did get time to do work. But obviously did slow down the pace of my working. Yeah. So it was more like I have this many tasks in the week to get completed, rather than I work from this hour to this hour. Yeah. This many days a week. Well, but as he gets older though, he's going to start going to Montessori school, which starts earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then you'll be able to get all of your children's books written and published and sold.
I mean, and then we'll just have another baby.
And start all over again.
Here's an interesting question. How are your friendships with non-parent friends?
This is most of my friendships.
Are you the first to have a baby?
Pretty much, yeah. Like, obviously I know you guys, and then my friend Melanie has a toddler, but she lives in Ireland, so...
Not really much co-dates.
Yeah, exactly. And then we've got some local friends that we've made since like having kids through NCT, and then like the odd like acquaintance who I knew pre-baby life, and then because also like the pandemic happened as well, so there's lots of people who I fell out of touch with during those 2 years. And then like when I like was publicly pregnant, that's a weird way of thinking about it, I had like an old friend like reach out to be like, oh hey, guess what, I've got a 7-month-old. And I was like, wait, what, when the fuck did this happen? And
pandemic was weird.
Yeah. And so now we're closer now. Non-parent friends, it's like a real mix, because that is like most of my friendships. So it's kind of like, hey, when are you free to come see me and also come see the baby? I'm often like, if I, you know, I might send her like a cute picture of Rowan to be like, come see this cute little baby. Yeah, I'll only do that though with friends who I know are like, please send me pictures and like I want to see, because like
otherwise you're just baby spamming.
Exactly. And some people like don't care for babies and children, and that is absolutely fine. Yeah, so it's a weird one. There are like some people who are like really keen to like get regular visits in or like hang out and stuff, and then other people who just also from circumstance that I haven't seen, like some of my closest friends from home I've not seen them yet since Rowan's been born. But just because I haven't had a chance to get up to Manchester, they haven't had a chance to come down to London. It happens.
Yeah,
it happens. I remember seeing some Instagram stories of like some of my friends recently, like at a party, like having a good time, and I was like watching these stories like 2 a.m. breastfeeding, just being like, oh, I'm really experiencing the FOMO right now. Oh, like, oh, it just hit me. It just hit me. Do you have a lot of parent friends then?
You have friends we've made friends with, because we have children. Yeah. So it's been like, oh, you have the same. The same time.
Yeah.
Let's have a play date. Wonderful. Yeah. Or because we parent the same way, so we've got like Montessori friends, which is really lovely, because then you can like share tips. Yeah. And share a lot of Montessori materials, because some of them are really expensive.
And okay, yeah.
Also, they're like very hard wearing.
Oh, so they're like long lasting.
So they last for ages, and you can just cycle them. But then we have friends who, like you're saying, the friends who don't have kids but just love kids. Yeah. And are desperately like, send me all the pictures. Yeah. Here you go, here you go.
Have you ever been surprised about which friends those are?
Yeah. Some of the ones who you're like, I thought you, like the ones who are child free.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, oh, and they're like, no, we're just child free because we don't want kids.
But I can still be obsessed with your child.
But I'm obsessed with children. I'm like, I see, I'm so sorry, right.
Yeah.
But then there are some friends who, we felt really like let down by. And even some family members. We've been like, oh, you were in the area, huh? Didn't want to come by and meet my baby. So I think, if you want to see your friend's baby, send them a message, genuinely.
Yeah, and vice versa. Like, if you want your friends to come visit you, to see your baby, and also to see you, because you've, like, just had a baby, then also just message them. Well, this friendship's been great.
You're like, whoa, okay, never mind. You might see, like, your friends and the way that they parent their child pushes you apart.
Ooh,
because especially things like really gendered language. So I don't like people being very gendered in their language around my child when it comes to things like boys will be boys, what do you expect? He's a boy, like, oh, the girls are over there doing the sticking. Of course the boys want to hit each other with sticks. And I'm like, don't say that in front of my baby.
Like, what kind of message is that actually sending?
What are you saying? We were at a park recently and there was a woman who was talking about how obviously little girls only play gently. She was like, isn't it so sweet? Look at the little girls playing gently. And then my nephew was like running around, like just running around a tree. And she was watching him run around this tree and she was like, oh, such a maniac, like little boys. And Rupert's just sat there like, huh? But I'm also like, what are you saying about not only your child, this little girl who feels like has to sit there in order to win your praise. She's got to be like,
and that she fits the role and your expectations.
I must sit there, and she can't ever run around if she wants to run around.
Like, how do you know she doesn't want to?
Also, what is my son taking in that he can't sit quietly and do a little activity if he wants to? No, he's forced that he has to go and do this running around if he wants to. And what are you saying about other children? Like my wife, for instance, who very much did not fit the mould of like pretty little good girls who always have to sit and do sticker books and colour. That was me, sure. I liked that kind of thing. She didn't. Does that make her bad? Does that make her wrong? No, it's just a way of being.
Is this a parent that you met recently, like since having kids, or somebody that you knew before?
Oh, this was just someone in a park.
Okay, just a rando.
We like started a friendly conversation,
and then rapidly
we're like,
friends
to the other sides, away.
Just like, okay, well,
no,
you're not a new parent friend.
But there have definitely been friends that we've had who have had similar things, and even in the way they chastise their children. Don't love that my child's hearing,
because they absorb a lot super young.
I don't want them to hear that that's bad and that's naughty when all that child's doing is expressing an emotion.
We've not got to that stage of like politics yet, of kind of like the parenting and kind of like how other people are doing it and maybe like disagreeing with other people's methods. And I'm so bad with confrontation, and obviously you wouldn't like confront people with like how they're parenting their child.
Bad parenting.
I'm not looking forward to necessarily like being in a situation where I'm like, oh no, I'm uncomfortable with what I'm witnessing here. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe all of the people that I'll meet will be like, yes, we're all doing a great job. Well done, everybody. We're all trying our best.
All right, so I have one final question. We both don't show our children's faces online.
No.
Do you have, at this stage, any doubts, any feelings that you went the wrong way with that? And also, why did you go that way with that?
Oh, okay, so no doubts. The only things, the positive things that I could think that would come from me like sharing Rowan's face online would be like the fact that he's super cute and getting other people to tell me that my baby is super cute.
He is super
Do you know
cute.
what I mean? It's like,
he's so cute. I'll do it for you. There you go.
And then the other thing is like more likes, views and money. Like both of those reasons do not sound like positive,
worth it,
like good ethical reasons. Nah, not worth it. But yeah, no, the reason why we did it was like his privacy. Social media is a wild place, and just I want him to get to decide for himself what of him is on the internet, like with his face and his name attached, you know, like him being like identifiable. Like I want him to kind of choose his own digital footprint basically. And then like just more general kind of like the more insidious, scary side of like publicly showing kids online, where you have not so nice...
Just the bad stuff.
Not so nice people who watching that content for not so nice reasons. Let's not get into that.
For us, it was very much about Rupert is his own person. He didn't choose our jobs.
No.
He didn't.
And do you know what? None of us chose to be born.
We still kind of like to do things where it's like Jessie, Claude and a baby.
Oh,
because I think it's really
I've got
good
nothing
to have...
else to say online, especially on my Instagram, that doesn't involve Rowan.
But I think it's really good to have positive representation.
Oh, yeah.
Of things like, we are a couple in which one of us has a disability and we're lesbians and we've got a baby and we make it work.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's really important.
I didn't ever have that growing up.
Yeah.
And I still have people in my life who say to me like, yeah, but you don't actually like do it though, right? Like you don't do it. Like Claudia does it. Like you're just there. And I'm like, no, that's my child. I look after my child. Yes, mine. So I think it is really important to have the kind of symbolism there of having
and the
a baby
visibility
and a child and the visibility, and to show that that's possible.
Because it's about like you and Claudia, and not necessarily like anything about like Rupert and his personality and who he is.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I mean,
could be any baby.
Oh my God, he's
They could have just picked up a random
adorable.
baby from nursery.
I mean, how do you know we're not posing with our friends' kid?
Or yeah, we're just different baby every time. Like, how do you know?
Did you know that the average child nowadays, by the age of 5 years old, has over 1,500 photos of them shared online that an AI would be able to pick up on?
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm good.
He also picks up our phones, which he thinks are cameras.
Aww.
He's got no idea what a phone does other than takes a photo, and just takes photos of his own face.
Oh my God, one day he's going to pick up your phone and just like hit Instagram live.
And it will just be... He's going to dox himself. Like...
Oh my God, I can't wait to tune into that Insta Live. Rupert.
If you see an Insta Live, it will just be Rupert. I never do them. So thank you, Hannah.
Aw.
For joining me.
Thank you. This has been fun.
This has been so much fun. And thank you for bringing your baby.
Oh, thanks for having us. Claudia is currently looking after Rowan downstairs, so thank you,
very
Claudia.
Thank you everyone for watching the part 2/1 of this video, because you can watch them in really any order.
Part A, B, who knows?
There we go, is on Hannah's channel, and you can click the link in the description down below to watch that. If you'd like to follow Hannah on any of her many channels across the internet, you can by
youtube.com/Hannah Witton or /more Hannah or at Hannah Witton on Instagram, and Doing It podcast, which Jessica and Claudia have been a guest on, talking about disability and parenting.
That was when we were pregnant, wasn't it?
No, Rupert was alive. I was pregnant.
Okay, right, yes, you were pregnant.
I was pregnant when we recorded that. Excellent. There you go. Those are all the places, the main places you can find.
So once again, thanks Hannah.
Thank you for having me.
I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.